Drowning, the door slams shut so quickly that Meghan and Harry are horrified to realize it. In a moment that shocked me, my channel was actually created to be kind of an archive of all the lies that Meghan and Harry tell, and also a healthy response to those lies, and people who spend as much time defending the two of them as I have done recording the lies and offering a personal opinion on situations involving the toxic duo. To be honest with you, the claims of racism within the royal family were what caused me to create this channel. Now, being an American and being lectured by Americans about how the UK is so racist, it was just impossible for me to remain silent. Now, to deny that some racism exists in any country is absurd. Of course, there's racism in the UK, but there's a lot more of it in America, and that's the country that Meghan and Harry ran away to. Now, in the beginning, I was saying a lot of stuff that other people didn't agree with. It seemed like I was one of the only people who were really examining all the lies that Meghan and Harry tell. But you know what? Thanks to Meghan and Harry themselves, they have destroyed their own credibility. And so now, most people in the world know exactly who these two are. Everything involving them turns to crap, and even when they have what is considered to be a success, it comes with quite a high price tag, and that makes them look even worse. Now, Spare was a commercial success, but in terms of what Harry got from it, well, he got money, but he didn't get much else. The book has made him and Meghan the subject of ridicule and humiliation, and it has given comedians all over the world enough material to see them to their graves. The jokes just write themselves, like the car chase through the streets of Manhattan that never happened, the loss of the Spotify contract, the welcome news of no more Archetypes, at least for now, their failure to obtain trademarks being considered grifters, showing up in a courtroom and then answering the most important questions with "I don't know" or "ask my legal team." I mean, it rendered me silent but thoughtful. At this point, is it even necessary for me to make more posts to make sure that the narrative Meghan and Harry and their supporters put out is challenged? Their popularity is in the gutter, and there are not many people who are still taking them seriously. I also thought it was pretty funny that their supporters hailed WME representing Meghan as a win for her. She pays them for the job of trying to rehab her public image and profile. She's got to be paying them a lot of money, because the job ahead of them is not going to be easy. And Meghans' problem has nothing to do with her skin color, not at all. It's her personality. Many people just do not find her likable. And that's going to be very hard to deal with because Meghan has not been exposed for who she really is. And capturing that and transforming it into something good is like asking my husband to carry the baby and give birth instead of me. It's a lovely thought, but it's not possible. Her strategic PR is relying on the short-term memory of the public and asking her to please lay low for a while, and then they're trying to boost positive information about her in the media. But the only thing Meghan has going for her is that she is relentless. The woman doesn't give up, I'll hand her that. But it is going to require a lot more than sheer will to dig the two of them out of the hole they seem to fall deeper into on a daily basis. Harry is not doing much better in terms of public approval, and he's no use to Meghan. In fact, he is a big part of the reason that she is where she is now. And of course, it had a negative impact on his public standing as well. See, her PR team is just hoping that spaces like this one are going to fade into obscurity while Meghan lays low and waits. Queen Camilla, though, is proof that it is a game plan that can work, if you're willing to just take a back seat and slowly work your way into the public eye again. But I don't believe Meghan has that kind of patience. Believing that she and Harry know best is really what has created this horrible situation for them. Their public future is speculative at best, but there are some clear signs that their windows of opportunity are closing at a very fast pace. They have squandered any real chance of being seen as really philanthropic. They have made themselves too toxic for brand representation. At this point, they couldn't even make it as social media influencers or lifestyle brand reps or even motivational speakers. It's going to be a very difficult road for the two of them, and I suspect they're going to revert to trashing the royal family if they need money. To believe that Meghan's tell-all is not going to include a whole lot about her little brief stint in the royal family requires an imagination that I just don't have. There is not enough time in the world to overlook everything that has happened with the two of them. Now, personally, I wish them no ill will. I don't even necessarily hope they get divorced. And that's because if they are real, the kids, of course, would suffer as a result of a divorce. But at the same time, I think it's important to not allow them to control the narrative. They have shown time and time again that their narrative is not honest. But what I do hope is that Harry's court cases fail, and I hope that Meghan figures out some way to make money from something that she creates or actually works for, instead of from playing the victim all the time. And just in case the public memory proves to be short, this YouTube channel and thousands of others that are better and more successful than Meghan and Harry's lies are going to serve as a reminder. And maybe I feel a little bit of disappointment because Meghan and Harry told us without telling us that all we really needed to do was sit back and allow them a chance to destroy themselves, which they have done pretty well. The royal family seems to have known it was best to not say anything and just let those two self-destruct. But it's not time yet to throw this corpse of Bran Sussex overboard. It's going to rise back up to the surface, even more filled with gas, more decayed, and more disgusting. The crash and burn that we have seen over the past few weeks was inevitable. Neither of them listened to other people's advice, and they don't know when to just stop. And they have opened themselves to destruction. So maybe Meghan is temporarily quiet because she's not in front of a camera, but her new agency is busy. They're pumping out these nonsensical positive PR stories as fast as Sunshine Sachs did. After that whole Dior fiasco, the latest is that Meghan is being considered as a political candidate. This garbage is going to keep on happening until they manage to find something that causes less public disgust, and then Meghan's going to show up as if by magic. She is a malignant narcissist, and she has suffered a horrible narcissistic injury. Revenge is going to be on her mind. She is driven, and she is relentless. Now, this strange drive of hers, it's part of her makeup since she was a young girl, and it is as much a part of who she is as her brown hair is. I have never seen Meghan show any sign of having a sense of humor. I have seen her laugh when a guard fainted on parade while everybody else was worried. That is the kind of stuff that she finds funny. I've seen her smirk when an older man was giving her and Harry a traditional welcome, which meant kneeling on the floor. I have seen that she's not capable of just interacting with the public crowd in a normal way. She doesn't understand what makes the people of Britain and the Commonwealth tick. Now, the truth is, Brits are pretty playful by nature. They love to tease each other, and they can laugh at themselves, especially at stereotypes. Brits are not easily offended. Instead, Brits usually judge on merit and call out the fakes. Brits are incredibly welcoming to most people unless they give them a reason not to. And they're never going to change just because outsiders say they should. And that's one of the reasons that Britain left the EU. It wasn't working for quite a while. And of course, nobody likes seeing nice people fail. It's quite the opposite. British people usually support the underdog with both money and time. Meghan did not take the time, though, to learn about British culture. She didn't want to. And Harry's not taking the time to learn about American culture. They seem to ignore that fact, and they're just a couple of liars. Their specialist subject was the royal family. And I don't think to this day Meghan understands that not very much was a secret. Britain is not a very big place. They are a family. Everybody understands families. But Meghan treated everybody in the UK like some type of KKK stronghold. She failed to see that she was insulting everyone. Nobody needs her to make up and then try to champion a cause that never existed. Meghan cannot see that family and friends don't all look the same. And she didn't see how many public figures were not white and were much loved or chosen or elected by the majority. I mean, now she also insisted that women have all these problems. She didn't see that there aren't a bunch of downtrodden women in the UK. She and her little schemes, they just didn't fit in. So she decided to lie.